All right, Michael, we're going to compare you to Francisco Lindor. He's one of my favorite hitters, just has an absolutely beautiful swing. So let's get started, and we're just going to go piece by piece. We're going to look at the load. We're going to look at how we're striding, how the rotation is working, how your feet are working, if we're in order with the hips and the shoulders and the arms and the bat. And we'll take a look at if we get some good extension and the angles that we're swinging on with the bat. So we're going to start off here, and we'll take a look at your load. Okay, so you go back, right, and the back hip doesn't go very far back, which is great. So we have some nice energy here in the back leg. Okay, but as you go to shift back, I would like to see your hips get moving forward a little bit sooner. So you can see the movement of the hips start to happen here, right, but nothing really happens with the head. So you can see how the head is still all the way back here on your back side, right? The hips are moving forward, but the upper body never moved. Now we'll take a look at Lindor, and he shifts back a little bit here, and you can see how the back hip stops going backwards, and then he gets right in to that back hip moving forward and the head moving forward as well. So now here he comes down to front foot strike, right about here, and we're going to bring you out to front foot strike, which is right about here. Okay, so because the head didn't move, again, you can see how the upper body is almost leaning back too far, and we have a little too much weight back. When we're looking at Lindor, he has his head pretty much right in between the feet, right? And the hands are loaded, and the barrel is loaded back behind the head like this, right? And you can kind of see where your bat see how we're a little flat here behind the head, and we don't have the hands up quite as much, right? So it's almost like a little bit of a tilt back this way as opposed to a tilt forward with the hands and the shoulders. Okay, now we'll bring it through our rotation, right? So the back knee works underneath the back hip. Okay, so we like that position a lot right there, right? We'll take a look at Lindor. Okay, and it's the same kind of thing. Back knee straight down under the back hip and under the head. Okay, now what I want you to notice about Lindor is he goes to rotate, so foot's down here. Now I want you to watch his front knee. See how he still sits, and it's not just the front knee, it's the back knee too. So as he goes to rotate, his lower half is sitting down underneath of his body. Okay, and then if we watch your front knee, see how it's just kind of staying right there. So we're just not getting all the energy that we can get into our legs, right? And again, you take a look as we're getting through here. Let me bring it back one frame here. Take a look at his back foot too. So Lindor's back foot's pushing down and pushing back into the ground a little bit more where we're coming up a little bit with the foot, okay? So then we'll take it out to contact, okay? So at contact, right about here, we're pretty similar, right? So we have some good angles here with the bat and the forearm with Lindor, and the same thing with you right here. Okay, so we like those. Again, he's a little bit lower, a little more into his lower body. You can see where the head and the knee and everything is, and you can see the line kind of that we're drawing. Let me redraw that. That line angled back a little too much, right, with you. Okay, now we're going to take a look at our extension. Okay, and you see how the bat kind of flips up over the hands here? And when we look at Lindor, we're straight out with the back arm right through the bat, as opposed to having the bat flip up over the hands like this. Okay, and then we'll take it through a little bit more. Okay, and now the head, watch the head here. So head's here. Now as we hit, because the weight was back too far the whole time, now the head kind of comes leaking forward, right? When we watch Lindor as he finishes, you can see how his head stays really nice and stable right in the middle of his body, okay? Very similar looking positions with your legs, don't get me wrong, but we've got to get down into them and use them just a little bit more. So a lot of what I want to see you work on is where your head and where your upper body is while you're taking your stride and not letting it get back too far. And then as you go into getting your front foot down and rotating your hips, I want you to keep bringing your body weight down, not just down into your back leg, but down into your front leg as well. and then let's work on the barrel getting released a little straighter and a little bit more in line with the arm. So, but again, a lot of really good stuff going on here, man. Let's make some adjustments and check back in.